Doom Extreme 1's second question is, what is your new computer specs? I'm glad you asked. I'm just going to name the essentials, not the motherboard and all that. So I have a Intel quad-core i7, 3.3 MHz, 12 GB of RAM. I have a GeForce GTX 580, 1536 MB RAM on that one. I got an SSD disk, 1300 GB, a 2 TB disk, 1 TB external disk, and I have this Logitech surround sound G35 headset, and my monitor is a Dell U2711, 27 inches. Yeah, it costs a lot of money, so a computer like this isn't for everyone. But I sit by my computer every day. If I'm going to spend so much time with it, I might as well have the not the best available, but some of the best available. And I don't make any apologies for it. I'm a huge nerd. And I can totally understand people who frown at me for spending so much money on a new computer, while they will rather go on a vacation for a few weeks. But priorities differs, and I like my computer. I'm gonna play Battlefield 3 with really nice settings. Anyway, moving on. What is your favorite book? This is actually a series of books made by George R.R. Martin, which is called, the whole series is called A Song of Ice and Fire. And the first book in the series is called A Game of Thrones. Yeah, A Game of Thrones. It was recently made into a series, which I like also a whole lot. They were pretty faithful, not totally, but you can't expect everything. I like these books because they are what I used to call realistic fantasy. There's no true evil, at least not in the major storyline. There's no true evil. There's like immoral and moral choices, more like good and evil. And everyone, if someone is acting evil, it's not because it's just evil. It's because he has a reason for acting like that. Like everything from a bad childhood to ulterior motives that become clearer later on. It's very low fantasy. It's not like elves and dwarves running around, and very low on magic. But when it happens, it has so much more impact when something supernatural happens. A lot of politics. I can't really say too much about it, but I would really suggest that you read the books. I read them quite a few years ago, and I was totally hooked. And if you don't want to read the books, watch the series. It's well worth it. Doom Extreme 1's fourth question. Do you enjoy doing LPs? Yes. Alright. Question number 5. What is interesting about your country, city, neighborhood? Sweden. Let's see. What is so interesting about Sweden? Well, first of all, I really like that we have a lot of creatures here that's inspired and became popularized by fantasy. For instance, we have something called a skogsrå, which is like a wood nymph, like a caretaker of the woods. pretty much like a dryad, so you have to watch out when you're out in the forest. One way to know that it is a skogsrå is to look at her back, because in front she's a beautiful woman, and at the back she has the texture of a rotten stub. So be wary of going out in the forest here in Sweden, because I like beautiful women, but it's not really worth the risks. Also, if you're a woman, you should also be pretty careful, because we have something called Näcken, which is a water sprite, who is a utterly handsome male, playing his violin naked by rivers, by water wheels, and he can seduce women and drown them in the water. So the summers here are nice, but if you are going to walk out and enjoy the lakeside or any running water, so you better be careful if you see a naked man with a violin, if you're a female. Alright? I would hate to lose any of my subscribers because of that. And of course, we have the trolls. You can see them, you can recognize them because of their broad noses, pointy ears, and tails. Well, if you can see them at all, of course, they have the ability to turn invisible. And they use this ability to actually steal human children and replace the human children or human child with a troll child, which then becomes a changeling and grows up in the human family. Yeah, that sucks when that happens. I know. One way to prevent this is to actually baptize your child, because trolls hate Christianity. That's just the way it is. Or you can just threaten to burn the child, and the troll will come running and take back the troll child and leave your child in place. That's one way to do it. And of course, we have the elvor, elves. These are not the elves you are used to, like Tolkien-esque elves, although they have some similarities. These are otherworldly, beautiful women, seductive residents of the forests, meadows. Often when there's fog out, you can see them dancing in the fog. That's the same we have here in Sweden. You can actually see the elves dancing in the fog. Sometimes they are like small fairies. Sometimes they are like full-grown women, or a mix thereof. Very beautiful. Other than that, well, Sweden is a rather nice country. We're advanced, nice healthcare. I can't really complain. Free internet, not free internet, but very fast internet with unlimited downloads is of course we have that. Anyway, let's continue. Question number 6. Will you be playing Tribes Ascend? I had to look that up because I didn't know what Tribes Ascend was. And I look at it, and probably no. Not my type of game. Sorry. Doomstream 1's 7th question is, do you enjoy the Elder Scrolls series? Not really. I tried Morrowind, but I didn't really like it. I didn't feel personally attached to the main character or any characters, and it was very open, wide world, and I got lost, and then I died, and it wasn't any fun anymore. So no, not really a big fan of the Elder Scrolls series. I'm sorry. Question number 8: did you ever play a sport? I did some fencing, but that was about it. Now it's more like lifting weights and all that, Yeah. Well, thanks for your questions. Let's continue. This question is from McCoyns. Will you join the 5.8 trillion other people who have done a playthrough of Skyrim. I don't know, 5.8 trillion people is a lot of people. That's like many times more than the inhabitants of Earth. So I don't know if really that number is correct. He has an exact number on the YouTube channel here, but I think he might have added a bit too many people, but probably not. I will probably not LP it. Again, Elder Scrolls, not really a big fan. I did see it being played at a friend's house, and it was kind of better looking and cooler than I expected. So that sucked. So now I might have to get it, but I probably won't LP it. I don't know. Again, busy with work and other games, so it might be low on my priority list. So yeah, I might get it, but I will not LP it. Sorry. Alright, thanks for the question. Here we have Shattered Spine 6, and he has a few questions. What was the very first video game you ever played, and what was it played on? I can't remember. It was a long time ago. I can remember a few early games I played. Most of them was on the Atari 2600 or the Commodore 64. Of course, I had a game named Infiltrator, and this was before I could read and understand English. And the game was about infiltrating a stronghold. And you had to bluff your way through with fake papers sometimes. And I had no idea really when the papers worked and didn't work, because I didn't understand what it was saying. So it was a pretty hard game for me. Another game was, of course, Spy Hunter. You probably play that game if you're old like me. You rode in a car, you were like some kind of agent, and you were knocking all the cars off the track, and you could like park inside a truck to get upgrades, and then the stupid agent cars came that had like stuff on their wheels and killed you instantly. That sucked. Pitfall, that was a great game. I remember playing that. Damn Scorpion in the underground tunnel always got me. Those are some of the very early games that I can remember. I can't remember my very first game, I'm sorry. It was a long time ago. Question number 2 from Shattered Spine 6 is, what do you think makes a good scary / horror game? The feeling of vulnerability. That's always a good start. Sound design, to create tension, and it doesn't need to be gory at all. I rather like the spectral ghosts kind of thing better, like in the Fear 2 school level. Totally horrible. Fear 2 also had a protagonist with, well, he was a super soldier, so he wasn't very vulnerable. But thanks to the Asian horror design of the whole game, I felt really scared anyway, because I love Asian horror movies, where you like create tension and it doesn't let go. It's there. It's not like something jumps out and then scares you and then it's over. It just keeps going. The girl goes up from the coffin, crawls slowly over the floor towards you. It's that kind of horror, this psychological horror that really gets me, and it's totally awesome. And Fear incorporated some of that into its gameplay. Fear 1 and Fear 2. I think Fear 2 was actually a bit better. I know a lot of Fear fans disagree with me there, but I was so terrified at times. Sound design, that was the most awesome thing about Dead Space 2. I really loved the sound design of both Dead Space games. I was like, oh man, I remember the first Dead Space when I was like hearing all these things around me. Small things like a metal bar hitting another metal bar overhead, or whispers or something like that. And I remember it took like 2 minutes going down a corridor because I was like inching across the wall. That's great. And then there was a big alien, and I was scared, and then there was a firefight, and I could relax a bit. But up at that point, it was like, oh my god, what is happening? I'm not going to be able to finish this game. I actually felt not ill, but very, very scared just looking at the freaking icon, like moving the mouse up to start the game. Yeah, I'm proud of I finished that game. And I really like number 2 as well. So yeah, the feeling of vulnerability and good sound design. And something like really create tension. Those are really good elements of a good horror. Question number 3 from Satisfying 6 is, what type of element in a game makes you want to LP it? Let's see, where are we? There we are. Okay, so story, of course, is a big part. Interesting characters, graphics. They are secondary, but I do like good graphics. At least midi-core graphics. Midi-core. Is that how you pronounce it? Okay, average graphics, whatever. If the graphics are too bad, it breaks my immersion. And I don't like that. And immersion is another great thing. If the game can immerse me in some way, with perhaps great story or great gameplay very important, then I am very interested. One game that had like okay graphics but great gameplay was Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. And that was really fun to play. So you haven't played it, check it out. Maybe it's a bit like Skyrim. You know, in the way first person close combat game. It was fun. Let's continue. Question number 4. What are some movies that made you think about the subject it was about? Okay, I could really just think about one movie, and that was Schindler's List. I really liked that movie. I knew a lot about the Holocaust before, of course. But it's always good to be remembered. Always good to be remembered. Never forget. And yeah, it's a real touchy movie. I like it a lot. Question number 5. What is your favorite food? Chicken enchilada, which I make myself. Like tortilla spread with chicken fillets. Yeah. And like yummy goo with creme fraiche and all that. Oh, it's awesome. I'm getting all watery. Thanks for the questions. Seahawk 910. All of my questions have been asked, but I'm very happy to have you back. Thanks, I'm very happy to be back. Evil Scrooge. What's the most disturbing movie you've ever seen? That would be The Ring. Because I like both the American remake and the Japanese version. And it's an Asian horror movie. So there you go. I'm a sucker for that. And even the remake was good, I think. What's the crappiest game you ever played? I don't know. I usually don't play crappy games. Especially not these days, because I do pretty much research before I buy a game. Still, a few games I haven't finished is Morrowind, because, died, and then I didn't know what to do, and the Warhammer Fantasy MMO, I don't really remember the name of it now. I really wanted it to be awesome. I really did. Oh man, but it wasn't. I was so sad. Also I didn't finish Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7 now. I came to some sort of parade and I failed miserably. I was wondering what the hell am I doing? Not my kind of game. I think JRPGs are not my kind of games at all. I know they are very popular, so it's not them, it's me. Alright, next question. It was Scrooge. Thanks for your questions. Now it's time for Kane Benedict to have his questions. I really like your name, Kane Benedict. It's cool. Question number 1. Assuming you played MMOs, what's been your favorite so far and the worst? Well, the worst has been the Warhammer Fantasy. Man, I'm so disappointed. It couldn't be so awesome. Damn it. The best one is, so far, the Old Republic, and I only played it in beta. It's like playing Mass Effect with friends. It's awesome. The storylines, the dialogues, when you're like in a group and you can choose dialogues in your role who talks. Oh man, I can't wait to play it when it launches. I did play WoW, World of Warcraft, for quite a while. I don't know how many years, 3, 4 years? 3, I think. And it was really fun. I won't deny it. It was my first real big MMO. I did play some Star Wars Galaxies before, but not in this scale. Sorry. And just having all your real life friends on Skype and playing and talking over Skype, and you're like, oh wow, we got a half-long cloak, that's awesome. Discovering everything for the first time with friends in this massively multiplayer world. It was really good fun. And it was fun up until the day I decided, no, it's not fun anymore, so I should quit. So I don't regret my years with World of Warcraft, not at all. I had some really good times, but I outgrew it, and now I'm ready for the Old Republic. Anyway, question number 2. Have you ever done anything in an RPG that goes against your moral code, so to speak? Yes, I have. I won't have any spoilers here, but it's in Dragon Age 2, and let's just say that feelings make you do stupid things. And you who watched my Dragon Age 2 video probably know what it is. Oh yeah. Otherwise, I'm pretty good. I'm very good. I have a moral code, do no evil, don't support evil, hate slavers. Lawful good kind of character, but yeah, I don't know what happened. Like brain fry. Love is... Nah, I like love. Love is sweet. Anyway. Where am I? Yeah. Let's see. Kane Benedict. Question number 3. If romances don't count, who is your favorite RPG companion in all the games you played? And a bit harder, which one is the one you like the least? Well, let's start with the first question, because that one is easy. Even if I had all the romances, I would still pick this one. Sure, I like Tali and all. She's great actually, but this one is the best. by far. And he has inspired so many characters of mine that it's silly. And he embodies pretty much everything I like about a character. He is an older man. He has facial hair. He is a veteran. He is pure of heart. He wears heavy armor. And he has a bit of a dry humor if you push him that way. The man I'm talking about is Keldon Firecam from Baldur's Gate 2. That guy is so freaking awesome. And I just love everything about him. The rugged appearance, the older veteran kind of guy who gives advice, because he's still like fighting the front lines with full plates and fighting evil. Had the best ending of all the characters, I thought, in the from the Ball epilogues. Man, that guy, I get goosebumps just talking about this guy. I love him, really I do. Keldon, why are you so awesome? Why? Least favorite. I like most characters. I can't really talk much about Baldur's Gate 2 characters that I don't like, because if I didn't like them, I just dropped them after 5 minutes, and they could have been good. I don't know. I wasn't very impressed with Minsk. I know a lot of people liked him. Minsk is a berserker who is kind of stupid. And with kind I mean very stupid. And no, I didn't find him very funny either. I know he has a lot of fans. I never really liked the berserker kind of character, mindless berserker. So those have always taken a back seat in my games, like Rex, Grunt, Ogren. They have their moments, of course, but I always pick characters that's a bit, sensible. Like Keldon. Anyway, that's it from Caden Benedict. Thank you very much for your questions. Let's continue.